Ashwin, welcome to LogiTALk. We are very happy that we could squeeze in an hour in your busy schedule. I think you fly out
Tonight.
tonight. Okay, you're going back to.
No, in fact, tonight I'm going to Dharamsala.
Okay, wow.
So I'm going there for 5 days. I come back on Monday, and then Monday night I fly.
All right. And you head back to Netherlands.
To Netherlands.
All right. So you're not there for the 75th anniversary party of.
There are a few.
Okay, so
that
you're
are happening. I'm coming for one of whichever I'm invited for.
Okay.
I have an invitation for one happening in November.
Okay.
So I'll be joining that one.
Okay, got it. But let me tell you this one observation. And the first time I met you, I was very mesmerized by the personality which you carry. Don't think that I'm buttering you, but you are one of the most handsome looking freight forwarders out there who has maintained the whole lifestyle, health, and a lot of things. I don't want to reveal your age to anyone.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
It's okay.
So maybe between 45 to 50?
Little higher.
Okay. So okay, that's all we're gonna talk about. But what it takes to maintain that kind of a healthy lifestyle, and how do you do it, keeping in mind that logistics is a 24/7 business. You have family, you have friends, you have commitments. How do you balance everything and still keep the title of the most handsome freight forwarder?
So, Kunal, I think you could answer this better than I could because I've clearly been dethroned right over here. Not by freight forwarder, but I admire the way you come across in the way you are. So it is just say sports or healthy lifestyle is part of my upbringing. Very early on, I'm very lucky that Anandji, my father, from a very early age, it was not just about academics or about work,
Right.
or about he insisted from a very early age to inculcate sports and health in one's lifestyle.
Right.
So I saw that growing up,
Right.
and he kept practicing that. So it was just it became part of who I was, not to counter weight gain, not for any other reason. It's I was doing sports since a very young age,
Right.
since 5, 6, 7. I was
Which
always
sports you were into?
everything. So I played club level tennis,
Okay.
squash, badminton. Then I joined the rugby team.
Oh, wow.
Then I did athletics. I've run marathons.
Nice.
I was in the swimming team. So name a sport, I threw myself at it.
Right.
So I've always enjoyed it.
Right.
So being sporty, active, it's not because of I mean, it's just who I am.
Right.
So today, if I don't, if my body at a different age, now it will be more yoga.
Right.
It will be, the way
Meditation.
Yoga, meditation, and continue with the sports, but it obviously changes as per the age, the
Correct.
time.
But don't you think a lot of people in this industry somehow are not able to get that time out? They need to still balance a bit, because I see a lot of people encounter health problems. Uh, how should they make sure that they keep a very balanced lifestyle? Maybe start small with a smaller aspect.
So I think the most, in my opinion, it's nothing about, I call it a mindset. So either you say, instead of saying, I don't have time for, I always say it is not a priority.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well said. Yeah.
the idea is, see, there is time for everything.
That's true.
So instead of saying, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for exercise, be honest with yourself. and it starts there, and
Yeah.
say exercise is not a priority, because that is the truth.
Yeah.
So you decide what your priorities are, and then you decide in which order
Correct.
it flows.
Right.
So it is, you decide your own priorities in life.
Correct.
And for me, being mentally and physically healthy, like health starts, a healthy body carries a healthy mind, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And sometimes, as I'm growing older, I'm realizing that a healthy mind can carry a weak body.
Correct.
But a weak body,
Cannot.
a weak mind cannot carry a strong
body. Yeah.
So health or lifestyle is a holistic function. What do we live for? It's our life. And this translates into the work you do, the interactions you have, your clients also, they feel it.
Yeah.
Your team feels it.
You're energetic, you're more agile.
They feel
a clear thinking is there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, it reflects. So it is not about, cutting many trees. It's about having a very sharp axe.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I prioritize physical and mental well-being, and that translates into
the output which
output of the work. So everything is a result of that. So
no, I practice that myself, because whenever we are going to these network conferences, that the evenings are never ending. It might the cocktail might end at 10:30, but then is where the real night begins, where you will find someone and you're talking to someone. You'll sit at the bar, at a reception, or go to a restaurant, and this happens with me as well. Probably you're not returning to the room till 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. One thing which I also practice, and I think this is where it comes from. If you start early, then you keep it going for a longer time, because then it becomes part of your lifestyle. I always choose a hotel with a decent gym, because that's the easiest. If you don't have a gym, you can just carry your trainers and you can run around, because cities which we go to have a very nice atmosphere, promenades, you can go for a run. I always make sure to get a hotel with a decent gym. Even if I'm returning to my room at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., I'll wake up, because the meeting starts at, let's say, 9 a.m. the next day. I'll still wake up at 6 a.m., get my coffee in, go for a workout, come back, prep for the meeting, and get out there. And I personally feel so charged. The mind is clear. Even if I've got, let's say, a 3-hour sleep or a 4-hour sleep, that 45 minutes of workout or 1 hour of workout helps me to last the entire day. And this is what happens. I think if you start early, as you said, you played sports, you always had that active lifestyle. You were, I would say, exposed to that, and then it became part of your daily process, and then you carried it forward. Sometimes people, when they start late, that's when the lethargy or
but it's not inculcated in your so just a small. So I'm here right now, and I'm staying at my parents' place.
Right.
It's raining. I came back home at 7 o'clock in the evening. This was on Friday, and I had to go out at 7:45.
Right.
And Bombay homes, there's not adequate space, so there is a lot of furniture, showpieces, everything around. The question was, see, if the intention is there, I said, I have 15 minutes. I clicked on YouTube, 15 minutes, home workout, no equipment, restricted space. And immediately 10 videos came up. I did. Awesome. I clicked on it. And in a space just this much, I could at least not even like lie with my hands spread. But push-ups, sit-ups, squats, jump squats.
It happens.
It happened within 10 minutes. I looked up a decent sweat. I felt charged. So it is not for me when it comes about fitness. No matter where I am, I'll do that.
You'll get something plugged in.
Plugged in. And it's not, I need complete silence for meditation.
Correct.
If I'm in Bombay traffic,
Hmm.
I'll sit down 10 minutes, I'll meditate. I'll
That's
get
the
my
best
mind
place to
relaxed.
meditate, I feel. It keeps you calm also.
So I don't need a
Yeah,
that I should be
correct.
required. It should be an ashram.
Yeah,
And it's also when I sit and my kid is jumping on my head.
Yeah.
Sometimes they wake up early when I'm
Yeah.
meditating, and then my wife comes and like, "No, Papa ko karne do,"
Yeah.
or like, let Papa do.
Yeah.
And I said, no, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
also part of the process. I should be able to
Meditate during that as well.
So at
Yeah.
least, or then take them along with me.
Right.
So the idea is I can either say, oh, I have to wake up early for kids, I have work, I have this, I have that. And all these things remain.
Hmm.
And these challenges remain.
Yeah.
It's a question of if you're really willing to do something and you enjoy it from within and you see it not as a task.
Hmm.
कि अच्छा मुझे ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है. But it is part of who you are. It's an expression of your joy.
Yeah.
Then it just comes naturally. It's not even, like, so I use the word priority because it's intrinsic, So to brush your teeth is not a task. It's intrinsic to, it's a habit.
Correct.
एक बार habit हो जाती है, and it's an enjoyable habit, then it just remains.
I read somewhere that if you work out, so I have a lot of friends. Always try, and this is the funny thing, they always take the yearly membership because they get a discount on that. It's a very typical, that's how they sell the membership in India. So they will sell a yearly membership at a very good discounted rate. My friends never end up going beyond 15 days. Before that, they will do all the shopping. They go for and buy all the great shoes, the gym wear and everything, the gym bag, but they will never make it to the gym. And that I have seen that. So I always keep telling them that, listen, you cannot just stop in 15 days. If you do something regularly for a 90 days, and this is what I read somewhere, that will become a habit. And the 91st day, you will start feeling guilty if you don't do that. And I practiced that and I could see that happen to me as well. And that's what I tell everyone. But unfortunately, as you said, priorities, it just...
it's also what you want from life. So priorities is one. So if I look at 1st January, when people make the resolutions, keeping it simple. Okay, what do I want to be by 31st December? What kind of business result I want? What kind of personal result I want? And then you work it backwards in order to get there. What do I need to do every day? So, a little bit of exercise, a little bit of meditation. This is on the personal front.
Correct.
You want to evolve yourself, 30 minutes of reading a day. So, instead of saying, I want to read 10 books. Fair enough. But
make shorter targets, break it down.
If you want to increase your business, I reach out to 3 new customers daily. Every Friday, I make a LinkedIn post. So you break down, okay, this is the result. In order to achieve the result, I need to do this. And then break it down into what I need to do. Little bit every day, every week.
Maybe convert the goals into shorter milestones. Keep achieving those milestones so you get to the end goal.
That I understand as a tick mark.
Yeah, exactly.
And what I've seen over here, like most people, when they say about starting for 15 days, I'm also guilty of certain things such as, for example, when it came to, building the business, I made a goal for myself, which is still there.
Right.
That I reach out to 3 new customers every single day.
Right.
And it can happen that due to whatever reasons, you have a very busy day, things happen, someone is sick, you get held up, this, that, and that doesn't happen. So what tends to happen doesn't happen 1 day, 2 days, and then it goes off the radar. And then it falls off.
Correct.
So how I personally maintain habits is I have a journal and a diary. I'm a little bit meticulous about it. And I grant myself that it can happen, it slips 1 day, it slips 2 days. But no, I never let it slip more than once.
Correct.
So, okay, if I don't exercise 1 day for whatever reason, or the second day, or if I don't do what I'm, my business improvement, over and above. just checking my emails, taking care of routine issues.
Right.
What are you doing to grow?
Correct.
What are you doing for your growth, your business growth?
Right.
So if it's skipped a day, that can happen. It's skipped 2 days, that can happen. But more than
Shouldn't
2
be
days in
skipping
a
the
row,
third.
that is
Yeah.
when habits fall off.
Yeah.
So people always talk about forming habits, the 90 days, so on and so
Yeah.
forth. But in reality, these things come up and habits fall off. If you generally so I've been studying why do habits fall off, not
Okay.
how you gain habits,
Got it.
but how
Yeah.
you lose habits.
Yeah.
And my own conclusion came is if you allow yourself more than 2 days of not following a habit, the chances of it falling off is 90%.
Right.
If you just discipline yourself that, okay, 2 days it's not there, third day, hell or high water, I will go.
Correct.
After that, I still don't go for the further 2 days.
Right.
So, like this 90-day challenge or 40-day challenge, 21-day challenge is great in theory.
Yeah, that's true.
But what I find is more sustainable and consistent is keep it up.
Build it up. Yeah.
Build it up. If you miss it one,
take a corrective measure.
And just go back to it. So that has been the way I have been able to add and stick with things.
I think that's a very clear way of also knowing that you are not at the right path. When you're writing it down, it's very clear. Just like, and I've seen a lot of my friends also have this habit. I never inculcated it, but I've seen a lot of people nowadays doing this journal entries. This is a very smart way that on the second day when you're writing it, you are also subconsciously telling your mind that, hey, listen, this has not happened for 2 days now. Third day cannot be like this. So you are somewhere shaping up your mind and being self-aware, introspecting also.
And it's
at the same time.
so it's very clear. You have the steps. You have the day of Monday, Tuesday.
Right.
So either it's a tick or a cross. And one way. Now this is just my own way. Is I realized that you can delude yourself. People can let themselves down, but they don't want to let someone else down.
Correct.
So what I do is whatever I've achieved or not achieved in a week, the honesty is with myself. I take a snapshot of that and I share it with someone very close to me.
Right.
And they are doing something similar and sharing it back. So we're accountable to each other for our own growth and development.
Nice.
So just for in complete openness, I follow this and I take a snapshot and I share it with my CEO.
Okay.
And she does a similar pattern
thing, right?
And she shares it back with me. So we have all these talks about strategy,
Correct.
target. We work closely to build the company to make sure things run well.
Correct.
And at the same time, unless we don't lead by example in our own lifestyle,
that's so important.
It's not going to be followed down the line.
Right.
So just a small simple thing with Nomita, I share a weekly snapshot of my own personal, professional, and she shares it back. So her thing will include arts and craft or yoga, personal front, walking 15 minutes. Then on the business front, on Tuesday the LinkedIn post, on Thursday the sales meeting with the team. Friday a trucking review, and every day these many calls.
So such a smart way to keep it in check with a buddy.
Correct.
It's like a buddy system to keep it in check. So even if you are failing, someone can question you, hey, listen, Ashwin, you didn't do this. Or now, as you put it, you don't want to let down the other person.
Absolutely. So you're being open, vulnerable, and accountable.
Correct.
Not just to yourself, but to someone else also. And there are days in which I have a lot of crosses. There are weeks. Sorry. And then it's also a self-analysis too. Why is it happening? There was a period in which I was just not getting down to outreaching customers. And then I kept, since the diary is maintained, and you just see it, and then you try to see, is there a pattern here? What is happening? And I realized I was doing it, planning to do it at the end of the day, by which time, too many things had happened.
Correct.
So it's also an insight. It's important to do. If you want
Right.
to grow your business, you need to outreach.
Yeah.
So it provided me an insight. Hey, Ashwin, before I open up my emails, the first thing I do when I sit down on my desk, let me just write to 3 new clients on LinkedIn or on. Let me just do that the first thing before I start my day,
Right.
rather than the last.
Putting it to last.
And immediately that entire thing changed to a tick.
Yeah.
So it's just, you decide, okay, I didn't have time.
Correct.
Let me make this a priority. Let me start schedule it at the start, rather at the end. So it is just, it really helps self-reflection. What goals are you setting? How feasible they are? How do you approach them? How do you inculcate them? And why do they succeed? Why do they fail?
Yeah.
It's really helped me.
And I think, Ashwin, that is so important when you are running such a big company with so many people out there. New Globe. Let's focus now a little on that. Now that we know the secret of how you keep yourself so healthy, which is in turn powering the output on the business as well, as we discussed.
I hope so.
Yes, I'm sure it is. We are seeing it out there. So let's delve into a little about New Globe. I'm sure not a lot of people know how it began. I have met your father, Anandji. Very humble guy, amazing. How did it all start? How did New Globe start? How did you then join New Globe? And where is it now?
So it's a very interesting story. I'm the fourth generation.
Oh, really? I thought you were the second generation.
I'm the fourth generation.
Oh.
So it has an interesting story. It goes back to late 40s.
Okay.
My great-grandfather, he lived in Delhi. And he was working for Birla Brothers.
Okay.
He had a fascination for Bombay. And he always wanted a house in Bombay. And in those days, it was not easy to buy a house or whatever.
Right.
And in 1950, most of the Britishers were going out.
Right.
So there was this one Britisher who was leaving, and he had a company called Globe Shipping.
Okay.
And there was nothing in that company except a flat.
All right.
So in order to save taxes, or that was
right. Of course, it's a structuring. Yeah.
So my grandfather bought Globe Shipping.
Okay.
So just for the house. So our first house in Bombay was owned by Globe Shipping.
Globe Shipping.
Then my great-grandfather retired. My grandfather, then he retired from Birla Brothers, and he came with my grandfather in the early 50s. My grandfather was of some age. And my grandfather needed something to do. So he says, "Ye company hai."
Yeah.
I worked with Birla Brothers.
Right.
And he got the work for doing some import clearance work. So then they started doing work in import clearance.
Right.
And that's how and then it said, okay, Globe Shipping, let's give it a boost. And that time it was New India Assurance.
Correct.
New Era.
Yeah.
So New Delhi.
Yeah.
So that was, like if you put new to something, that was the
charm
different
back. Yeah.
So instead of just Globe, New Globe bolte hain.
Oh.
And that's how it came about. And it was more of we have a company, let's do something in it.
Correct.
And with the Birla Brothers, what can you do? We can do some clearance work. And then my father joined in the 70s. It was always it was a small outfit.
Right.
Papa then, of course, during the 70s, 80s. And it was in those days when I was growing up, it was a done thing.
Yeah.
That you go and you work at Papa's office.
Correct.
It was just the way things were back then. And since the age of 15 or 16, after I finished my 10th standard, Papa would say, okay, if you want your pocket money, come to office and write the accounts, physically write the accounts.
Okay.
And it started then, and I haven't looked back since.
Do you remember your first day at office? I know I'm taking you back
So
a lot of years back, but do you remember that?
the first day working in the office, the first day creating havoc.
Anything is fine. I think the first day creating a havoc will be better.
Yeah, so clearly I was out of 8 or 10 and I had a field day with all the typewriters. And I was clanging and then I got shouted at because I was creating too much ruckus. But first day in the office was actually very interesting. So my father said, okay, Ashwin, the first thing you have to learn is how to collect money.
Very important for the logistics business.
Yeah. So he says that no business in the world, you can study all the books, but if you do not know how to collect money, that you will learn on the street. So he gave me an outstanding statement and he told me to go and visit
Brilliant.
a customer
What a
in
strategy.
Narragansett Point. I won't mention the name of the customer, but a Khadus Siddhi customer who's since gone bankrupt.
Oh.
But his habit was to play a lot of forwarders, hold money of everyone and play one against one.
Correct.
And he's like, okay, Ashwin, you want to learn business? Go and try and get some money out of it. That experience, till date, it taught me everything I needed to know on customer management.
Super.
So
How was that? Were you able to get the money out?
Okay. It was a very humbling, a very scary, and a shattering experience. I was very shaken. When I went in there, you come with all these wide eyes of how business should operate, how humans should operate, and how things should be. And the way the client was playing around, and he made me dance for weeks. Karta hu, dekhta hu, it's in the mail, ye galat tha, why is this bill like that? So in just managing that, my father said you learn a lot.
Correct.
So if you can manage this with this very difficult client,
then you can handle anything.
So that's going to teach you, air wheel preparation, all that. You keep doing side by side.
Right.
But this is
people management, customer management is the most critical thing. Relationship management, again, a very critical aspect. So when was this? When did you enter business?
This was early 90s.
How was the logistics scene back then? What was, because I was not born till then. I've heard stories of how it used to be, but would like to hear from you because you've experienced that and you've seen changes happen over the course of the years. What was logistics back in 1990s or early 1990s?
So in the wrapping has changed, but in essence, it's remained the same business. I know probably many people have different views, but in my view, it remains a service business.
Yes, of course, absolutely.
The basic business model of freight, customs clearance, giving service, cash flow, regulatory. In those days, it was not digital. We would create Excel charts. We would fax status updates. We would give milestone alerts in a different way. So from what I remember the core of the business has not evolved.
Okay.
Or it's not, I will not use the word evolved, but it remains the same. The principles with which you build a business, human relations, meeting clients, solving their issues, and the business in itself, there were fewer shipping lines, fewer airlines. People say it was good old days. I said those days had its own challenges.
Yeah, of course.
And in that time, everybody used to talk about, oh, the MNCs are coming in. Indian forwarders are going to be wiped out.
They still say that.
So bolne ki baat hai. And you're going to be nowhere. And then it was after a few years, there's only going to be big players or really small ones, and the middle ones are going to be wiped out. And that didn't happen. Then was only the digital forwarders going to survive, and your brick and mortar and everything's out of the window. So so every decade or every period in logistics had their own. Abhi e-commerce chal raha hai,
Right.
abhi reverse logistics chal raha hai, abhi now this is working. And I'm not saying they don't work.
Yeah.
They all have their moment in the sun.
Right.
But companies like ours, like Gina, like EKF,
Yeah.
we have seen those cycles.
Yeah.
We have seen probably we may have missed some great
Booms or
booms.
Yeah.
And there were other companies back then who rode those booms. And
But they are not now there.
Exactly.
They didn't sustain.
Exactly.
They bit more than they could chew.
So I truly believe that, anything that happens like this can also fall like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a real like soft link, it is built with patience.
Correct.
It takes time.
Yeah.
There is a solid foundation.
Correct.
And that is, it is built on certain principles.
Right.
So you keep evolving. Maybe you don't have those fabulous
Sudden
spikes.
growth, yeah.
Or, everybody wishes for that.
Correct.
But there are sustained growths.
Yes.
So it goes, today we're very proud. New Globe is close to 500 crores now.
Right.
But it is solid, profitable,
Sustainable business.
Sustainable.
Yeah.
And there is, there's no bahar ka paisa.
Correct.
So it is a clear cut. Customers are happy. Of course, there's a long way to go.
You can sleep well at night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so important, right?
Yeah, and we're looking to grow. We're looking to scale. There are ideas out there.
Correct.
But it is built on a solid foundation, not hawa.
No, I think over the last few years, the concept of build fast, scale fast was always there. But because of that, we saw a lot of busts also happen. Look at companies like Byju's. They grew like crazy. And look at it now. So I think it takes a while to build a sustainable business. You can get desperate and take a wrong decision in order to scale faster. But in the end, it's all about creating a sustainable business, because businesses can last. If you're creating a business to just prop up and sell it to someone, that's a different story altogether. That's a different business model, which also works in our industry, or for that matter, in any industry. But building a sustainable business is hard. You need the right people, you need the right ideas, you need the right patience, as you mentioned. And I think the sustainable businesses are which survives. You guys are completing almost 75th year this month, or probably in the upcoming quarter, and surviving for 75 years is not an easy job. We don't see companies surviving for 5 years these days. So I think that must have been a very critical aspect. What kind of leadership strategies did you deploy? By far, I really loved the way how you got a CEO, and Nomita is a good friend of mine as well. As much as I don't see you, I see her at a lot of conferences, and she had recently gone to Canada for her to visit her kids for a trek, I think back before the conference. So we were just sitting and talking about it. Wonderful lady, amazing leadership position filled right at the top. So what was that strategy all about? How did you come up with the right kind of leaderships to be placed at the right kind of positions?
Good question, Kunal. So right from an early age, Anandji, from whatever I saw, Dadaji was no longer active.
Right.
It was visible to me.
Right.
Leadership has always been, in my view, about values.
Yeah.
I have seen Anandji lead with values, integrity. People cheated him, but he never did the reverse. And I was very angry as a young person.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you also do this way? He said, no, Ashwin, I don't want to do that. It's not in my DNA, it's not in my nature. And I didn't understand that. Today, as I'm a little bit older, and spirituality, meditation is a big part of who I am.
Correct.
I'm going to Dharamsala. I'm going along with two of Nomita and Viraj.
Okay.
We're going together for an advanced meditation program.
Wow.
So I inculcate this within the company.
Right.
Also. There is something called, like karma. It's what you do, what your intentions are, they come. So the karma of a person, the karma of a company. So leadership for 75 years and 75 years hence is about values.
Yeah.
It's not about anything else. It's about leading by example, leading on principle. That has been the bedrock. Coming to Nomita, she was from the airline industry.
Yes.
And professionalizing the whole concept.
Right.
There was a few years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, there were changes in my personal life which I knew would probably lead me to not be active in India as geographically.
Right.
And at that time, then one starts thinking, how do we,
Keep this going. Yeah.
this going? I don't have any children in the business. None of my, I have a grown-up son of 27.
Right.
He's based out of Japan. He's a mechanic. He's a robotics engineer.
Right.
He's been
In
there.
a different field altogether.
And he has no desire.
Correct.
He's building a brilliant career over
Yeah.
there. So we've had a couple of conversations. And it's like, I'm just not interested.
Right.
So that door is
Shut. Yeah.
shut, but he's very
Got
clear,
it.
crystal
Yeah.
clear. Then it came to the next best thing is to do is create a hybrid company.
Yes.
So we have ownership involved,
Right.
plus we have professionalization.
Correct.
And then the idea, Nomita did join as the CEO.
Oh, okay.
So she joined as air freight head.
All right.
And the idea, what I always do is if you put a CEO position, then there are a lot of applicants.
That's true.
You need to see within the company where the talent was.
I so much agree with that. Because they understand what the DNA of the company is. They have worked with you for how many number of years they know the strengths as well as the weaknesses. Someone coming out from outside will come with its own baggage per se and would start throwing weight around like it's nobody's business. And I think internal alignment and elevation is so critical.
Absolutely. So they understand that.
Yeah.
And as I said, the main thing is the syncing of the mindset, similar values.
Yeah.
And once you have that, then it's it's a natural progression.
Correct.
There are challenges. A lot of my friends say, Ashwin, you did a great job. You professionalized your company.
Yeah.
You have a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I tell them that it is easier said than done.
Yeah. True.
Not because of the professional, because the act of letting go is very hard.
Very hard.
So I experienced that with my father. You experienced that with your father.
Right.
That, we are their own children.
Correct.
But somehow, they need to have the act of letting go is a hard one.
The business is their first child, actually.
Absolutely. and it is that. So for me, the challenge was not about the CEO, but of letting go.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see a decision being made and you feel it's not right, or you feel that it may cause a lot of problems.
Correct.
And here, when you say you're truly professionalizing, you have to bite your tongue.
Yeah.
You have to hold back what you think.
Correct. Yeah.
And you have to allow that to manifest.
Yeah.
Even if it fails, never say, I told you so.
Correct.
And that is the learning curve, because the CEO is not the original entrepreneur, or is not the entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
But they become an entrepreneur through these series.
Yes.
So and allowing that learning curve, allowing your child to fall and hurt themselves. Nahi to idhar mat chalo, udhar mat chalo. They're not learning anything.
Correct. I think the right kind of freedom also needs to be given, because you've bought them for a purpose. You've not just bought them as a figurehead. You've bought them for a purpose to bring in, to manage that change, to keep an eye at the future, as well as keep things in check in the present. So that becomes a very important thing. If you don't give them freedom. Yeah.
But most importantly, when you disagree or when you have a different thought, that is the challenge.
Yeah.
When me and my father.
Yeah.
So luckily, I have a template
Right.
that I'm in the sandwich
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
So I keep thinking, how would I have liked Anandji to handle this with me
Yeah.
when I'm taking, and I make my mistakes.
Correct.
It's not like I don't.
Correct. We are humans after all. Yeah.
But at least I have a that I see this. Okay.
Yeah. You have
The best thing I should be doing is not doing something.
Correct.
Or doing something. So that
it's a good equation to have.
Nuance,
Yeah.
when you professionalize, because we are traditional companies.
Right.
We are SMEs.
Yes.
We've always been family run,
Entrepreneur driven.
Yeah. So that takes a little bit of letting go, realizing certain things are going to happen very different from what you had thought.
Yeah.
And having the courage to stick with it.
Because many people in this industry, especially legacy businesses, which have completed at least 25 years or 30 years, sometimes Anandji was lucky to have you involved from a very early age, but not a lot of businesses, especially which are completed like 25 years or 30 years, didn't see the second generation or the third generation or whatever, the next generation coming into the business. And they have to go through this path, because for how long they will keep at it, for how long they will keep on running it like a entrepreneur driven company. So they have to make sure that they have a hybrid model in place, but sometimes it's so hard to let go. And I think majorly people face that problem. With me, it has been very different, because we have so many different verticals in our business. I do not come from a tech side. I can make logic of tech, but I cannot write code. So it was very different for me, because then my father, who is an engineer by profession, he now gets to do what he loves, which is pure work on the product, the tech side of things. Because at the start, as an entrepreneur, you do have to sell as well yourself. So now with me coming in, that I would say a proper, not a demarcation, but we've identified what are his strengths and what are my strengths, because we do not have a professional management as of yet. But we do understand that what he's good at, he does it. What I am good at, I do it. And somehow we do not end up, stepping on each other's toes. I think that became my playbook. And at the same time, as you experience, right now, you mentioned your position is like in the middle, right? You always have a perspective of what will happen here, then you can do it here. In my case, it's slightly different. In my case, it's just the two of us who have to decide. And then what we follow is, we sit in a room, we are walking out of this room with a decision. Whether it's your decision or my decision, that we need to walk out of the room with a decision. We cannot be indecisive. So it's a very different dynamics. But many of the companies in logistics are going through this process, but finding it very tough to happen. Very tough. I think I personally know so many companies who are looking to bring in the professional management. But what point you mentioned, to let go, is something which first they will have to create as a mindset and then bring someone in. They cannot just bring in a figurehead. That will never work out. Probably if they bring a figurehead, that person might leave.
That is what I'm seeing with some other friends of mine who decided to say, Ashwin, we are following the same, because in their head, you've got a CEO, you live in Europe, you're doing these other things over there.
They just see the bright side of things,
So I said, have fun, all the best. And they're like, rehte nahi hai, kaam nahi hota hai. I said, it's
a ball game altogether.
It is to professionalize is a mindset.
Yeah.
To let go is a mindset.
Yeah.
To create stake ownership besides yourself is a mindset.
Yeah.
And that you need to be crystal clear.
Yeah. I think that's what my father also did with me, because for him also to let go of certain departments or certain functionalities within the company, to give that freedom was so important. If he didn't do it, probably I'm kind of a person who is very strong-headed, wouldn't, try to fit my feet in. and he probably knows me how I am as a person. So they say, right, your parents know the best version of you and the worst version of you as well. So I think he also had that change of mindset, had that kind of understanding that, okay, if I don't let go, he's never gonna be able to do what he is doing. I think that is, again, very important, be it bringing in a next gen or bringing in a professional management per se. But with that, okay, let's move towards a little more lighter side of things. You are probably the only freight forward, at least I am aware of, who's got a license to fly. Not a license to kill, a license to fly.
Okay.
So when did that happen? How? And before you tell your side of the story, let me also tell you, I'm an av geek. I'm an absolute av geek. If I wouldn't have come into this field or studied finance, I would definitely have become a pilot, probably a commercial pilot or something like that. So I'm very interested to know, how did that happen? How did you got your license to fly?
Very interesting story, and I have a beautiful anecdote to that also.
Okay.
As a child, I would think most boys and girls also, but I can speak from personal experience. They love looking at aircrafts.
Yeah.
They love looking at planes fly.
Yeah.
And, the fascination with machines.
Yeah.
Some have it with cars, some have it with planes, some have it with boats. These are our joys. So I was always fascinated with aircrafts from a very early age. Books, including my office. It's been remodeled, but Anandji had a vision for the whole office, and he let me do my cabin, and I put planes hanging.
Nice.
I did the whole cabin like a complete aviation boat, homage to the romance of flying. So flying was always deeply loved by me.
Okay.
And it was always in the back of my head, I would love to learn, but it's one of those things that you think about, then life happens,
then you procrastinate, and
then business happens, and then challenges happen, then you get married, then you have, life goes on and you don't think about it. And, it just went on. I keep talking about it. And in this case, what happened was in 2017, my now wife, she lives in Netherlands at that time, and I lived in Bombay.
Right.
And she gifted me 3 flying lessons.
Oh,
so for my birthday. So she
randomly.
Randomly.
Okay.
She knew that I like
flying. Of course,
And she knows that I'll just keep talking about it. And I have so much going on in my head. So she's like, Ashwin,
so amazing.
For your birthday, but you have to do these flying lessons in Rotterdam at the flying club there.
Right.
So she said, whenever you come, it's valid for a year. So any of your trips, do any 3 classes. And
insane.
So I got it gifted. So it was forced on me, or destiny.
Yeah.
And then it just happened. And then I did those 3 lessons. And then of course it stopped. And then I moved there in 2019. COVID hit.
Right.
Which is a blessing in disguise, because the only thing that was open was a flying club. So everything was shut, but for some quirk of fate, they're like, no, we're going to keep the flying club
open. There's no COVID in the air, it's fine. It's on the ground.
You're sitting next to the instructor, but the instructor has to say they're fate, not fate. So during COVID is when I had the time, as in...
So this happened very recently,
This happened very recently.
Okay.
And then I have an interesting anecdote to share about difference in mentality and what I learned through flying.
Okay.
So, I had finished all my exams, theory exams, and I had only one more exam to do.
Okay.
The final exam to get my license. I worked with a series of instructors. So you're not allowed to work with one. You work with several.
Okay.
Because, you pick up the best of everyone. So it's not like he's your teacher.
Okay. Got it.
Because they may have a blind spot. So you have a well-rounded, it's the same, they're teaching it's on the same aircraft, but there are different teachers.
Right.
And none of them was signing me off. They one of your instructors need to sign you off
Okay.
for an external, there's an external examiner
Right.
who comes. And none of them signed me off. And I was a little confused. Why aren't you all signing me off? So, and nobody was giving me a proper answer.
Yeah.
So I sat down with one who I'm a little bit more friendly with, and I said, "What is the issue?" He said, "The issue, Ashwin, if don't take it wrong, it's your attitude." So I was like, I think I'm the most, I'm a model student.
Yeah.
I listen to everything. I follow the instructions. I do the homework.
Yeah.
Says, yeah. And that's the problem. You never argue back. You don't question us. You don't say, why not this? Why that?
So your good behavior was not getting you a sign off?
So, but it just told me the difference in mentality. Now I'm just going back to this is as a pilot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to, question everything and have
Be curious or
be curious about everything. And I said, sorry,
Interesting.
that comes from
Interesting.
in India or where I come, my
Yeah.
part of the world, a student-teacher relationship is very sacrosanct.
Yeah.
It's one way.
Yeah.
You don't question the teacher.
Sawal mat puchna. Don't ask any questions.
Like you don't
Ask any
question my
answers.
authority.
Yeah.
But in Netherlands, it's not about pilot, but their way of life is after a certain level, they expect you to question authority so that they know where you stand
Yeah.
and how you see things.
Yeah.
And that was like a
Light bulb.
Light bulb. So I said, the next class or next flight I took, I started fighting with the instructor from word go, and I got signed off. I don't want to do this, and why?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to do that. So it was just a good learning of another culture, where in one culture, not insubordination, but questioning back gets you to a trouble. There, it builds confidence.
Yeah.
So it told me something about that, and through flying, you learn a lot about yourself, because whatever is inside, it comes out while flying.
Right.
If you're very meticulous in your planning or not as a person, it will show when you're flying. Your fears, how you react to situations, everything is it's instant.
Correct.
So you learn a lot about yourself through that process, and that was beautiful.
Wow. So
It's a joy.
which planes do you fly?
So generally single engine pistons.
Okay.
I fly, as long as it has a single engine propeller, I could probably fly most single engine pistons. I have a license. The basis of flying is the same. So if push comes to shove, I've done the simulator for the 747 or the Boeing.
Oh, you did? Okay.
The basis is the same. Once you know how to drive a car, the thing that changes is probably the speeds.
Right.
At what power levels.
Maybe,
The cockpit layout, the instrument gauges
is the same, okay.
is always the same.
Procedures just change, maybe.
Slightly at what speed do you do lift off? At
Right,
what speed do
of course.
you do cruise? What speed do you do descent?
Yeah.
What angle? So but the principles of flight remain unchanged.
I might not be at the level of your being the AV geek. Probably I will figure some time out and I'll go for these flying. What was that? It was the 3-day thing.
Intro course.
Intro course. I'm definitely going for that for sure. But the kind of AV geek I have been is I would choose my ticket to fly somewhere if they have bought in a new plane or if they have refurbished their interiors, the cosmetic changes they bring, or if I want to try a new airline, or if I want to try, let's say, a new route. Many flights to the US do a polar route from India. So even if I don't like flying a certain airline, I would much rather choose that. If I want to do a polar route, I will select a particular seat. I will choose my ticket based on the aircraft type. And there are so many random websites out there, bestairplaneseat.com or something like that. And I would go to that and then check that first and book my ticket. But your form of AV geek is something very different.
There's no such, in fact, most of the KLM pilots, they come to the flying club because typically flying those big planes, they
Yeah.
lose touch with flying because it's computers that are flying.
Correct.
So it's in these smaller planes, you actually fly the plane.
Right.
You get all the inputs. It's all analog
Right.
in these small. So they say, Ashwin, don't ever spoil the experience of flying by flying a higher spec.
Right.
So it is like if you enjoy driving.
A manual car is so much better than an automatic car.
So the minute you go to, let's do a Tesla or something, then it's a driving computer.
Now you don't even have to drive it. You just have to sit.
Exactly. So that is what modern aircrafts have become.
Yeah.
So if you just enjoy flying if you want to make it your livelihood, then yes, commercial.
Of course.
But so many commercial pilots keep coming back to the club because
The love of flying.
For the love of flying, because they don't get that when they fly the big birds. It's these smaller birds. You actually can see the ground.
Yeah, because you can fly it at the low altitude.
You can cloud surf.
Yeah.
You can, it is, you feel all the inputs. It is a freedom and a joy like no other.
I'm sure.
And like you said, that this is it's a great way to build client relationship, engagement. And my business really boomed. Funnily enough, because if I wanted to invite an agent or a customer, and I tell them, can I meet you? Can we do lunch? Can we do dinner? Can I come to your office? It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
And I say,
can I take you for a flight?
Would you like to go for a flight? I think 11 out of 10 say yes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then you have that block of time, 3-4 hours where you bond, where they come.
Are you giving me the business or I just should?
Then you're up there,
should I just eject you from here, or are you signing this contract right now?
So that's a different experience.
Why
people play golf or something. So then they really enjoy it so much. Then you form a different bond. We don't talk business.
Yeah.
It's everything aviation. And then, soon after that, they want to work with you.
Correct.
So that's what I told Anandji. I said, I should actually put it as my entire training.
Yeah.
Because we've got so much business after that.
Reimbursement.
Yeah, because now I don't have to take them out for lunch.
Yeah.
I just take them out flying. So my flying hours also built to the company.
Correct.
And they entertain.
Correct. It was such a cool thing. I mean, I would definitely buy onto that.
Yeah, because your business or our business is in this related field.
True.
So which forwarder is not in some shape and form? A ship is a different story.
Yeah.
But with flying is not interested in aircraft.
They are doing something with air.
Someone like you
Yeah.
gets a certification like this and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's such a genius thing. So whenever you travel, now with this card, I can fly everywhere. I can fly Juhu Flying Club.
Yeah.
Now, the weather is not very conducive or fun. But wherever you go in the world, you're in US, you're in Philippines, you're in Europe, you just walk into the flying club, just write to them.
Right.
Just pick up the aircraft, take a spin, invite your customers, take them. I mean, that's such a cool way, a great way for you to bond with your clients, plus take out your passion for flying. And it's really not, it sounds bigger than it is. It's quite simple. You just need, okay, I'm going to do it. There's nothing to it.
I'm biting on that for sure.
Yeah.
I will be definitely doing that for sure. But as you rightly said, the instance where you shared that you were not getting a sign off because they wanted you to be curious, I had this observation, and you rightly said that it's a very Indian kind of thing where we've always been taught don't ask questions. Sometimes even from our parents.
Yes.
Sometimes even from our parents. And nowadays, I did not go through that. So I was lucky enough. The curiosity element for any individual is so important. If you're not curious, I don't think so you can get to the right answers which you want, or you will just be told what to do. If you're curious enough, you will always be thinking 2 steps ahead. And that curiosity element is so critical for any individual who's developing, probably a young guy or a person who's just completing his study. So important. And you rightly shared that experience that you were not getting a sign up just because you were not curious enough.
or not questioning.
You are not questioning, yeah.
Authority. So
Exactly.
curious as in, okay, how does this work?
Yeah.
But let's put it this way. What blew me away is they were not very happy that I follow instructions and not question them.
Yeah.
So curiosity was an aspect,
Right.
but a larger thing was
Ask a question.
or question why are we telling
Yeah.
you this. So in my mind, and I see companies over there
Right.
where it's a very flat culture.
Right.
The boss is never called boss or any title.
Right.
And his decisions are questioned back.
Yeah.
In the schooling system,
Yeah.
after a certain age, the teachers have to handle back questions from the students.
Yeah.
So it's inculcated it's just the DNA.
Yeah.
But that's
The nurturing which you've been going through.
Exactly. So that is just nothing about flying in
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's what I was picking it up from. Yeah, it was just that part that it is so important to not question, but just be a little thoughtful and keep your curiosity high. Ask question. No one is gonna stop you. It's just that we've been part of that culture,
which is good in its own way because you need that.
Yeah.
So there are pros and cons. There's no absolutes. But with flying, there are parallels to business.
Yeah.
Preparation.
Correct.
Taking into account weather, conditions, things outside your scope, within your scope, while on flight, remaining calm, challenges come, how do you tack, how do you go through them, how do you handle situations? So these are the same things or parallels in flight or as a pilot you apply to your day-to-day life. Coming back, once you land, you do the post-flight documentation checks. You write a report about what you experienced, what went wrong, what could you improve. So the entire process of flying makes you a very thorough individual, a very prepared one, because any deviance is life or death. So there is no scope for error. So that also, creates a lot of discipline and that kind of mindset in every other aspect of your life. So at your work also, the planning changes. When you handle situations, your mindset changes. Or you apply what you learn in business and flying and vice versa. After that, the analysis. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I do better? How can I be better next flight? Or how can I be better? Why did I not win this account? Or why did I win this account? Correct. So there is a log for all of that.
Everything. Makes sense. And I also know that you are a big watch collector. Right?
Absolutely.
How many watches do you have?
So for me, the velvet rope is not the price.
Okay. Yeah.
I enjoy the beauty of the craftsmanship. So I think I probably have around 25 watches. Each one has a story. As I've evolved in the collecting process, when I was younger, it would be more bigger brands. Now it's gone to more independents. Niche watchmakers. Things that you don't hear of. That and there is a story behind it. There is a reason why I bought it. I love watches.
So
I'm wearing one.
I could see that.
A very different one. It's by an independent one may have never heard of.
Okay.
But feel free to look at it.
Yeah.
So it's a small independent. And
what's the story behind this one?
So I won an account, so I got it. So it's got the power reserve, it's got the data. I don't always set it correctly. This is off-center dial. This is a NASA moon.
Okay.
So the miniatures of a NASA moon, so the moon face. And it's a maker called FB Sean. And the beauty is the back is all of the movements, everything is solid gold.
Oh.
So flip it around, and so the workmanship.
Wonderful.
So the plating, everything.
Wonderful.
So most people would have not heard of something like this. They know the Rolex.
I have not.
But these are, so I enjoy craftsmanship.
Lovely. It's lovely. I am not yet there in collection. As you rightly said, when you're younger, you are going for the bigger brands, and then I did not hear about this, but the craftsmanship on this is exquisite. But which means that you must be hating Apple watches, right?
With a vengeance. I call them consumer electronics.
I hate it too. I cannot relate to the fact that you want a digital piece of shit on your wrist as well.
I don't get that.
I am a sucker for analog watches or an automatic, of course, but the old school watches. Your watch is for your time. It's not to read your message. And and nowadays, what I'm seeing so I have this habit. If I'm walking to a plane, I'll just observe. You're just sitting there, you're doing nothing. The adoption of digital watches has massively improved. My whole point is I have to worry about my phone's battery already. Now I have to also make sure that I charge my watch. I mean, I don't get that concept at all. And you are into fitness as well, which is a good piece of equipment to have. But I don't know. I'm just not into Apple watches, or for that matter, any digital watches.
So I don't wear any wearable tech.
Right.
Not because I'm tech averse, but I like my analog life.
Yeah.
My phone is my phone.
Yeah.
But I like mechanics.
Correct.
It's a personal choice.
Right.
I also practice a lot of digital hygiene. So, there are periods of time that I'm off the phone or any devices. Right. And at that point of time, okay, I do want to know the time.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't necessarily want an Apple Watch or anything. So I'd rather wear, for argument's sake, an HMT.
Yeah, yeah.
Than an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
So I like old school. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
I know it's terrible. I love flying, which is not good for the environment, but I enjoy it. I enjoy combustion engine.
Yeah.
I know the Tesla can kick its ass 10 times over, but it's not about getting from A to B, but it's how you get from A to B.
Yeah.
So the journey is the destination.
The pleasure of driving is something which should be there. And if you're just at Tesla now,
it's it. But each one to their own.
Yeah, I agree. But my father was behind me to go for an electric, and because of his own pleasure, he wanted to drive on the weekends, and he was like, "We'll buy it. You drive on the weekdays. I'll drive on the weekend." I was like, "No." The same logic. I'm already have to take care of my phone's battery because, of course, I have to be accessible all the time. That's part of the business. But I don't want to worry about my car's battery now. Every time get home, put it on a charger. It's just silly. I would just switch off, walk on, and there's no noise. Where's the raves? So I think some things kept old school is all right. But as you said, to each its own.
To each his own. Take care where you can. These are small pleasures you gift yourself. So in the company space where possible,
correct.
In the client space, in your day-to-day life, you try as much as possible. But these I say, your guilty
pleasures. Yeah, I was coming to.
I say, each one. Most of the time I take a bicycle everywhere. Touch with the infrastructure allows it.
Yeah, true. But that sustainability is also becoming such an important part of logistics, right? So sustainability is becoming such a critical part, and the region where you're staying, they are one of the pioneers in bringing this up to everyone's awareness. From your perspective, how are you seeing the element of sustainability impacting logistics, or how is logistics contributing to the whole agenda of sustainability?
I'm going to say something which may be contrarian. You're right. Europe, especially Netherlands, is at the forefront of green, sustainable. And a few years ago, there were a lot of investments on EVs, hybrid vehicles for transportation, so on and so forth. About a year ago, we had a tender from one of the very large companies in the Netherlands, and their they had two aspects. One is the rates and the airlines and the trucks and everything, and the other was the CO2 output against each.
Oh, okay.
So you had to match the CO2 emissions
Right.
as well as the transport requirements.
Correct.
And they needed to see that on their documents and present it to their committees.
Okay.
But when the contract was given, all the transport was selected on the cheapest, which was for a company that went on and on about it. That's what I've seen in Europe. The trucks that are used the most, like there are 4 tiers.
Yeah.
Full EV, hybrid,
Right.
the ones that use biosaf fuels, and then the regular trucks.
Correct.
So it is option number 3, the ones that use biosaf fuel or cleaner fuels.
Right.
So this is a small transition from a plain truck, like
The diesel trucks. Yeah.
They put that LED blue that filters it.
Correct.
Then you come into biosaf or cleaner emissions.
Right. Biosaf is being used by Air France also.
By KLM.
By KLM, Air France, same ownership.
So what I've seen is that till it does not hit their pockets, it is great. It is coming. People are aware. You see that in company initiatives. But for it to translate into actual, you're winning business solely because of your environment initiatives is not there.
It's not there yet.
But there is an awareness. There is a start. There is solar. There are panels being used where possible. People are taking initiatives. It is coming up.
But then as you rightly said, it's down to cost. So we had a client who was asking for emission details to be printed on the document.
Correct.
To which we had an integration, available. We are getting this integration at a cost, and we have to sell it also at a cost plus something. I mean, I'm not in the business of giving things for free, right? As soon as I told the cost, what it would cost to the client, they were like, yeah, okay, no problem. I'm fine with this. And they had made it as a roadblocker for the deal to get through. And you were like, fine, if you need this, I have this solution. This is how it's going to cost you. Because I have to get these details from some API into my system, which then will be an accurate data. I cannot just do data scrapping. Otherwise, it will be just false data printing. You might get into trouble for that. Maybe, I don't know when, somehow. Or maybe you might lose a big contract for that matter. So I will get the right details, but it will come at a cost. It will come at a cost to me, and then I will sell it to you at a cost plus something. This is what it will charge. It will end up costing you. Let's sign off. Kunal, you take this out. We don't need it as of now. So it's a two-way street. People want to do it, but there is a cost attached to every aspect. Even if you want to just simply print or make yourself the ESG, as they call it, compliant. But I think, as you rightly said, over the years, we moved from stage 1 to stage 2. There will be a moment where it moves from stage 2 to stage 3 and then eventually to stage 4. But it will take time. There was a lot of gung-ho about sustainability, and I'm seeing that the chatter is becoming lesser.
Correct.
It was a lot, probably 8 months back or 12 months back, it was huge, but the chatters have become lesser. I don't see random posts on LinkedIn about sustainability anymore.
I feel like how diversity was, how inclusion was, and so all these. I think there are great initiatives, and I think it's a progressive way for values, evolving values, to be translated in the workspace.
Correct.
But there's always a gap between the economics of it and the value of it. And that, that gap takes a little bit more time to get bridged.
Correct.
So it's happening, you know,
Right.
when you talk about sourcing garments, for
Right.
example.
Right.
So it was about child labor,
Yes.
which is a great initiative.
Right.
And then it was about green practices.
Correct.
But, you know, there are reports out in Europe, still companies are simply greenwashing or, you know, like the suppliers that they buy for
Correct.
don't employ child labor.
Right.
But those suppliers subcontract to another company because, again, it's driven by cost. So we want this certificate at this cost. Our hands should be clean.
True.
What you do with yours is not our problem, but we buy ethically sourced.
Correct. Correct.
And they need to have the documentation to share. There is an awareness and it is getting better.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is a great thing. So in as much there has been an improvement in adoption, environment sustainably plays a role, but not as big a role today as what it was imagined to be. It will come.
Yeah, eventually, maybe. I think, Ashwin, this has been great. You know, it's like chatting with a friend, and I'm sure our viewers have something to take away. Probably they might start flying, getting inspired by you. But this has been great, amazing. Let's just end it by understanding from you. You've been in the fabric of logistics for close to about more than 3 decades, 30 years, 30 years plus. And how do you see the next 5 or 10 years to be? Probably for the people who want to come in, they're looking, and these days people do want to get into logistics. It wasn't, I mean, previously it was by accident. Now it is by choice, and that has changed big time. And I'm loving it for that. We are working towards a lot of initiatives through our Softlink Academy as well, making sure that the talent is ready for the logistics industry. So be it someone who's trying to come into the industry, or be it the companies who are 2 years, 3 years old, the startups of 1970s, which you guys were at one point of time, 1940s much rather. How is the next 5 or 10 years looking for logistics? Or it could be supply chain as well. If you want to focus on logistics, that's also fine.
So I'm glad that there is more awareness. I think that the basics, be it logistics or any field of activity you choose, the basics of willing to, I think it's a great industry.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, whatever it is you want to do now, if you speak about logistics in general, what I would say that it is for those who are willing to go through the grind, who are willing to put in the work, who are willing to have patience, who have an understanding that this is not linear always. It comes with its challenges. There is a lot of trashing of the logistics industry. It's fashionable. I personally think that it's a gift to have an industry like this. It's not for everyone. You should be able to handle people, situations. You cannot be focused on, I only like this aspect and not that aspect. It is
every day could be a new day.
Every day is a new day. And it comes with its own set of challenges and setbacks. I think there are a lot more opportunities today. People are very enamored by certain amazing stories that create the spotlight, limelight, and create a pull and a magnet. And I think that is great. I do say if you can ride it, all the best. But that is very few. That's like maybe 1%. 99%, it's a slow burn. If you do good work, the future is bright.
True.
So I wholeheartedly recommend it. It is not a get rich quick.
You have to survive and then you can thrive.
Survive, put in the effort. As I said, logistics is like planting a seed. You water it, you give it sunlight, and it'll grow for sure, but you can't say that, okay, the tree will grow in 3 years or 2
Yeah.
years. If it grows, it'll have these many fruits, or the fruit will
Correct.
be this big or that big. So
Correct.
everything requires time,
Time.
patience, any industry.
Yeah.
So logistics is amazing, is a low entry barrier.
Yeah.
You can make yourself known very quickly.
Yeah.
If you have good people skills, it's a huge plus, plus, plus.
Definitely.
If you're
It's a
with-
people-driven, relationship-driven business after all. So you have to make sure that your people skills and your relationship skills are top-notch, or at least polish them.
Absolutely. So I do think it's everyone can do it.
Yeah.
It does not have a barrier like coding
Yeah.
or flying, or the
Correct.
threshold is quite low.
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly recommend it.
Well, thank you, Ashwin.
Thank you,
for being part
Kunal.
of
It was
LogiTALK.
absolute pleasure. So happy to see you again. Thank you, Ashwin. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for this.
I hope you enjoyed.
Absolutely. I think it was, it's a short time
Yeah.
here, and time just flew by. I don't know how you do. You have a gift, and I think compliments to you and your team to put it together so beautifully.
Thank you so much.
I think it's just simply amazing. I come away with 10x learning. I think it's a great investment of my time. I hope it is worth it for your.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hope that it is interesting.